Hey guys, Alix Lynx here. Welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm taking you along on one of the coolest adventures I've ever done, the Galapagos 360 tour around San Cristobal in the Galapagos Islands, Ecuador.
Welcome to Jurassic.
This tour takes you literally around the entire island by boat with snorkeling stops, epic wildlife sightings, and moments I'll never forget. Let's get into it. Bright and early, I mean 7 a.m. early, I went to the little tour shop to meet the rest of my tour group. Then we hopped on a water taxi to our main tour boat for the day. Our first stop was Kicker Rock, which is basically just this giant rock formation in the middle of the ocean, and my guide said they call it Kicker Rock because it looks like a foot. I can kind of see it when I look at it at a certain angle, but you let me know what you think. Anyways, it's famous actually for being home to hammerhead sharks. Yes, you heard that correctly. And now, just so you're aware, I am absolutely petrified of sharks, okay? But I was well aware of all this and I was still ready to face my fears. But luckily for me, it's the colder season here right now, so the hammerheads were chilling way down below at the bottom of the ocean, really far away from where we were snorkeling. So I didn't see any sharks. I'm kind of pretty happy about that. But like I said, I was ready just in case. And I did see, however, a lot of amazing fish, really bright, cool-looking starfish, turtles, and of course, my favorite, the sea lions swimming all around. Now, fun fact, I was the only person on the entire tour wearing a life vest, and not because I can't swim, I'm actually a really good swimmer, but because I've never snorkeled in the middle of the ocean before. So I had no idea how I do out there, but hey, like I always say, safety first. And honestly, I probably could have gone without it, but it did give me a peace of mind. Next up, we snorkeled at Baja Sardinia, which was a much more shallow snorkeling spot. I loved it here because we saw the famous Galapagos sea turtles so up close and personal. It was so freaking cool. These turtles, by the way, are huge, and they often live to be over 100 years old. Just imagine being a literal century-year-old turtle just vibing in the ocean. Doesn't sound like a bad life to me. And because this tour is mostly in the water, it felt really nice to get on dry land for a bit after snorkeling. But we weren't allowed to walk inland here because there were sea turtles laying eggs. The Galapagos is a national park and the ecosystem is super fragile and protected, so you really have to respect the rules. After we left Baja Sardinia on our way to our next stop, something absolutely magical happened. We were boating along when suddenly the guide just started yelling, "Oh my God!" I had no idea what to expect. I was low-key a little scared, but I looked out and saw the biggest pod of dolphins I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, there were literally at least 100 dolphins swimming behind and alongside our boat, and many were just leaping out of the water. It was so surreal, and the guide even let us stop and snorkel with them in the middle of the ocean for about 10 minutes. Swimming with the dolphins in the wild was honestly one of the top highlights of my life. Our final stop was Baja Rosa Blanca, which is a completely desolate part of the island with no human activity at all. It honestly felt like walking on a different planet. It was barren, it was full of dried coral, these giant rocks, cactus, mangroves, and little critters like crabs and grasshoppers everywhere. This stop was unique because we had to take little life rafts from the boat, walk across rocks with our snorkeling gear, and then snorkel in a giant tide pool in the middle of the rocks. We saw lobsters, turtles, manta rays, and even these little harmless bottom feeder sharks. It was such a cool and unexpected experience. After that, it was about an hour boat ride back to the port. The waters were still rough, but thank God I took my nausea medicine this time. And that's a wrap on my Galapagos 360 adventure. I'm so grateful for every sea lion nap, giant tortoise stare down, dolphin excursion, and sunset that reminded me just how wild and beautiful this world really is. Thanks so much for coming along with me today. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel vlogs, and I'll see you next time.